I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I get up when I'm bleeding, barely breathing. I'll never back down.
This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
Thought I was 6 feet under. But now it's your turn to face the fight.
Oh, God.
What are you doing? Oh my!
I'm having issues.
Stop! What? Don't!
No, don't tell me stop. Don't.
Don't stop! No, don't stop! No, don't stop! That one! Stop! Don't do it.
You mean stop, no, don't?
Yes, that one. Whatever you're doing, stop that.
No, wait a minute.
That's right. Yes, exactly.
I was doing From How High, where he's, golden words that girls say to you is no, don't, and stop. And it's like, no, it's no, don't stop. No, my vape is having issues. It's saying there's no coil in there, but you see that silver thing right there?
I don't know what this is about.
I'm just telling you, the little burner.
That's the thing that burns the
that's
stuff.
the thing in the
that makes
burner,
this steam.
It's
Yeah.
and it's trying to tell me there's nothing there, and it is there.
That's okay. That's very.
There we go.
That's very representative of our.
First
first story.
I thought so.
President Joe O. Biden. Something that's there, but not. And his administration has reportedly lifted sanctions on 2 Iranian entities involved in the Iran missile program.
Because what could go wrong?
Just as Iran is believed to be closing in on having enough nuclear fuel to build an actual bomb.
Because Iran
so far away.
I had to get away.
Right.
It is because it.
Wait, I was told that this couldn't happen after the nuclear negotiations of the brilliant John Kerry.
John Kerry.
Well, no, it can because who are we to step on toes and whatnot?
Right. I mean, it's their own sovereign nation. We have no responsibility whatsoever. Over what they do with their material that we gave them.
So there you go.
We don't give back crazy people nuclear weapons.
Oh, but they're not weapons.
They're not weapons yet,
Chris. They're not going to be weapons.
They just happen to have lifted the sanction on the missile building program.
Yeah, they're building missiles, and
they just happen to have nuclear power.
Yeah,
and also uranium that they could use as weapon grade, but that's different.
That's not the same thing.
Not the same at all.
See, you are connecting
They're not going
those
to put
dots.
those together because they pinky swore or something, or what?
Yeah.
What? No, what?
Of course they did.
Pinky swore.
Of course they did.
Come on, that's no.
They didn't even pinky swear.
No, I'm sure they did. I'm sure they pinky swore and said, no, we will never do this. Don't worry.
Never, ever.
We just want to be, and this is our,
Never,
they just
ever.
want to be on
They had the pinky and also the fingers crossed at the same time.
They want to be on the same plane. They want to be able to provide
and by
their people the power that like Americans have access to.
Yeah, and
that's all.
By the same plane, they mean they want all of the bombs on one plane that they can shoot over at us.
Or launch from
A
silos.
fart after eating Taco Bell. Things that I trust more than a pinky swear from
Iran.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is going to end badly. They're going to nuke Israel.
No.
Well, they'll try to. Yeah.
No, come on.
They'll try.
Nah. They're going to be like North Korea. It's not going to actually do
happen.
anything. It'll just.
It will just be one more.
With our current administration, we're not actually going to do anything to honor our treaties.
It's just
Why
going
would we
to
do that?
be.
They got nuked.
It's just going to be one more contender that hates us and Israel that has nuclear weapons.
Right.
That's all.
There's already so many. What's the big deal?
What could go wrong?
Right.
Seriously.
Come on.
What could possibly happen?
A lot of things. A lot of things could go wrong.
Yeah, well, I think you're just overreacting.
I think so too.
I think you're just
the sanctions targeting the Mammoet Industrial Group, the Mammoet Industries, and its subsidiaries, Mammoet Diesel, were originally imposed by the Trump administration in September 2020 as part of the efforts to increase a maximum pressure campaign of sanctions on Tehran over its nuclear activities and actions in the region that criticized as malign and destabilizing. Yeah, the Hill. That's what the Hill reported. They continue on saying the entities were identified as being, quote, key producers and suppliers of military-grade dual-use goods for Iran's missile program.
Again, because what could go wrong?
Right?
Like I said, they pinky swore they're going to be fine.
It's no problem. Absolutely no problem.
No whatsoever. Again, they just want to be on the same playing field as the rest of the world.
Yeah, exactly.
They want to be able to compete and, be a part of all of that.
Right.
I don't see what the problem is.
That's all there is. You see, the Treasury designated Iran's based Mammoet Industrial Group as a subsidiary pursuant of the EO 13382. This is from the Treasury Department, by the way, for providing support to an entity in Iran's ballistic missile program. Mammoet Industries and Mammoet Diesel are key producers for those supplier of military-grade dual-use goods for their program.
Oh, good.
Since early 2000, Mammoet Industries has supported the production of equipment for Iran's AIO and specifically Shahid Hamat Industry Group's Iran's primary developer of liquid-propelled missiles.
These don't sound like names of businesses that I trust with anything.
I mean, they might be.
I just think you're overthinking it.
I think you are too. You're being very down.
I'm very concerned.
Yeah, you sound it. You sound very concerned. I
Your
don't think you need to be.
white privilege is
And
showing,
listening
Chris.
to
Calm down.
Dylan's calm voice, I feel that maybe I shouldn't be so concerned.
I know, right?
See, he's calm. You should be calm.
If I can be calm, then you have nothing to worry about. Just think of me as the Mr. Rogers of talk radio.
I don't think of you that way. I can't think of you that way. I think the best part is that first story actually got him fired up before you.
I know. Which is crazy. When
You were able
really
to play it
stop and
off
think
because
of it.
he got upset.
It's fun. Yeah, it was easier because all I did was just focus on him being angry.
This is a bad plan. A nuclear Iran is a bad idea.
No.
Come on.
They're aligned with Russia. They're aligned with China. And the three of them being nuclear is, I guess we got to throw North Korea in that pot too, because they're under China's.
Don't forget me.
So we got 4 nuclear powers that all dislike the United States
And
and our
Israel.
allies.
Sure, yeah.
This is not good.
Wow.
This is a disaster. This is going to be very bad.
Oh, so
Joe Biden's is supposed to be a scholar and a wonderful person for foreign policy.
well, he might have
Where?
been.
Show me,
Win.
please.
He might have been
When?
50 years ago when he was more lucid.
When he wasn't a politician?
Yeah, well, tomato,
Yes.
tomato.
50 years ago when he wasn't a politician, he might have been better on foreign policy. Now, not so much.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's not that
We're
big.
all
of a
going
deal.
to die.
Well, that certain things do have to happen for Armageddon to occur for Jesus to come back.
Right. This
So-
might be one of them.
I told that to my mom the other day. She was kind of having one of those depressive type things. 'Cause I had being a reverend.
You can now say.
I actually filled
Speak
out
on this.
I filled out her and signed and everything for her religious exemption,
Good. Yeah.
and it got approved, by the way.
Nice.
Yeah, I know. So I was talking to her about it, and she's
They accepted the Reverend Dylan Miles.
well, I am.
He is a reverend.
I am.
I know, but
Oh, yeah,
They have to.
Here's where honest to God, the part that me and my mom got hung up on is we were thinking because we both have the same last name
Oh.
that they would kind of go
Whatever.
But no, they accepted
There's
it.
so many family churches. Come on.
Anyway, I forgot where I was going with it. What was I saying? Reverend
Armageddon.
Armageddon. Oh, she was
you made her feel better.
She was upset, and she was kind of into the depressed thing and whatnot.
Right.
And she's like, I said, well, we got to have something about hope. And I'm like, well, we got to have hope. She's like, well, I have none. I said, well, you have to think about this because either A, everything on earth eventually is going to get better and square itself out. Or B, it's going to get so bad and Jesus is coming back and we're all going to be in heaven anyway, so who cares? Either way, we win.
Right. We win, we win. It's a win-win.
It's a win-win. So what are you worried about? And she's like, yeah, I guess you're right.
oh, yeah. That's right.
So there you go. It's like, thanks, Mom.
Before Armageddon or after Armageddon?
I mean, it doesn't matter at that point. Because the way I see it, my humble opinion, I don't care. It could be before, it could be after. The way I figure it is either way, it's the end is like there. You know what I mean? So who cares if you got to wait an extra couple of years or you may die out of it? So what? So at least you know what I mean? The progression is headed that direction.
Whatever, it doesn't matter at that point.
It always makes me giggle when everybody fights over that stuff. It's post-trib, it's pre-trib. Who cares?
It's trib.
Are you getting? Do you have your ticket? Is the question.
It's the tribulation.
If you got your ticket and you're heading that way, who cares?
If we all happen to wake up one day and suddenly we're in the middle of the trib, obviously the pre-trib guys are wrong.
Yeah. Just throwing that one out there real quick to you.
Oops. That's okay.
But again, it doesn't matter as long as you got your ticket.
Right.
That's all that matters.
To ride.
Yeah, because you got Iran.
Because you've got a ticket to ride.
Yeah. There you go.
Speaking of tickets to ride,
this is going to make you laugh.
A woman in Missouri has filed a lawsuit against Geico, claiming that she contracted a sexually transmitted disease from a man after the two had sex in a car covered by the insurance provider.
I don't think that's in the fine. That's not in the fine.
Try that again.
It's not in the fine print.
I think we reset Chris over.
All right, here's how we fix this.
And now for
Hold
something
up.
completely
Wait a
different.
minute.
No.
No, this.
And now for something completely different.
There you go.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, good. A woman in Missouri has filed a lawsuit against Geico, claiming that she contracted a sexually transmitted disease from a man after the two of them had sex inside of a car covered by Geico. Nope, he reset again.
It's not going to work. It's not.
No.
The car insures property damage.
Yeah,
If
she's
you
talking
break
about
Her
her
property is clearly damaged.
her hoo-ha's her property and it's damaged.
By the guy.
Who owns that car? It was done in the car. It's very clearly.
That's obviously.
So, okay, because you have to think about it like this. If she was riding in the car with him and the car was in an accident.
And her purse got destroyed.
That insurance company, Geico, would then cover her situation.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
Right,
by
her leg
being
got broke,
in the
they'd
car.
fix it.
Yes, including even if he was driving carelessly, it would pay for her.
Obviously, they were both driving carelessly.
So, let's see what you did there.
Thank you.
So, clearly, this is the same thing. She was in his car with him, and her property was damaged in a vehicle that was insured by Geico. Therefore, it is Geico's responsibility. It makes perfect sense
It's
to me.
a medical liability
This is
claim.
terrible. I could see this getting paid out. It's going to be subrogated.
This is good.
Geico's gonna get their money back from the idiot dude, but
Yeah.
You know what this is? In
I could see them having to pay this out. The world is gone stupid.
Yeah, gone stupid. We've
It's
been
done
This-
stupid.
This is what happens when you consume McDonald's because your coffee's hot.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's
It's-
what this
it.
is.
Yeah. I mean, when Weird Al comes out
Can
with
I
a
sue my
song
dog
called
for
"I'm
eating
Gonna
my
Sue,"
Double Whopper.
Is that why you have a double whopper?
no, he doesn't have a double whopper anymore. His dog ate it.
That's right. The dog ate it.
No, you can sue Burger King or whatever if your dog has diarrhea. though.
Homeowners insurance.
Yeah. There
My
you
Double
go.
Whopper got destroyed inside my house.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Perfect. See, homeowners, you get to
You
claim
can
against
file
it.
a claim.
For that $3 Whopper or whatever it was.
I don't believe my deductibles.
I was going to say, have you reached your deductible yet? It's the
It's
question.
not, I don't think it's going to claim that one. Not for that. Yeah, in a controversial lawsuit, the liability lawsuit filed against Geico, the woman claimed that she has the right to a coverage claim after having unprotected sex across state lines in her then lover's Hyundai Genesis in 2017.
Hold on. I have a question.
Wait. And later finding out that she had contracted a HPV from him.
I have a question.
Oh, that's not good. How did you not know that he had HPV?
Well, maybe it's like herpes. Maybe he didn't know. Maybe he was asymptomatic. I don't know. Here's my question. What does crossing state lines have to do with it?
They drove across state lines.
But what does that have to do with it?
That proves that they were driving at least at one point.
You know why they drove across state lines?
No.
Because he's cheating.
Right.
She is the side piece.
Yeah, she's the side chick, and that's why she's suing Geico.
Because she paid for it?
No. Yeah, well, duh, she paid for it. But also, she's no longer the side piece. Yeah, the car, she's just a cod piece now.
Oh, no. See what you did there.
Yeah.
That's sad. That makes me sad.
The car is insured under her former sexual partner's name, but both the woman and her partner have chosen to remain anonymous in the legal proceedings.
Of course you do. Because he's cheating.
Identified as MO for her, and he's identified as MB.
Mega balls.
She's just Mo. After her diagnosis.
Adam W. Johnson on the Twitter says, I can't even honestly blame her for trying this. Worst case scenario, they deny the claim.
That's it.
That's true.
That's right.
That's
No, actually, they're fighting back because she filed suit.
Right. Okay. So they denied it. And okay, now she.
Yeah. Yeah. She's doubling down. She's doubling down. Yeah. After her diagnosis, the woman entered legal talks with her partner without Geico's knowledge. And the two reached an agreement in state court, allowing her to collect $5.2 million, which she can collect, if at all, only from Geico. That's the quote.
What about contributory negligence here?
No. They came to an agreement that she could get $5.2 million if she could collect it from Geico.
Wait, no, I'm confused. So who did she make the agreement with?
The former partner.
But he doesn't have a say in that. He doesn't have that kind of...
Is this going to work?
No,
I don't know.
Because shouldn't the people paying
Dylan,
out...
I'd like to come to an agreement with you that
Okay.
I'm going to let you punch me
Okay.
while we're sitting in your car
Okay.
if I can get $5.5 million from your insurance company.
Okay.
That's fine.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, why
This
not?
is great.
Why not? Why 5.5 at this point? Why not just go for an even 10?
Right. I mean, you might as well.
Because I have
Then I'll
the
split it with you. Shh.
I have the ability to grant you just as much on all across the board. Like that 5, 10 million, 2 trillion. Doesn't
matter.
Doesn't matter. I can throw out a number and it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, following the court.
You insure him and he agreed to $2 trillion. Give me my money.
Yeah, that's right. Following the court's state court judgment, the woman then pursued a coverage claim because she
pursued something.
She failed at the court, and then she pursued a claim against the insurance provider seeking a massive amount of $1 million, just $1 million. She's like, I'll just settle for $1 million. Geico has since responded by filing lawsuit of its own with the U.S. District Court and the District Court of Kansas, seeking to have the case dismissed completely. In the countersuit, the insurance provider essentially calls bullshit on what the woman's claim is, arguing that an auto policy only applies to bodily injury arising out of the ownership, maintenance, or the use of the automobile.
Hold on. Ownership.
Maintenance.
The guy owns it.
Yeah, maybe he only has...
Or maybe you have a lien on it, so technically he doesn't own it, so it's not his.
Oh, no. Maybe he owns it, but he only has like base coverage.
Oh.
So he doesn't have
He doesn't
anything
have collision.
No passenger claim.
Now we can sue Chase Bank because they have the lien on the car.
Right.
That's what it sounds
That's
like.
what it sounds like
I
to
feel
me.
like we're heading in that
And
general
Adam W.
direction.
Johnson says Hyundai too
Yeah.
because
Sue
they made
Hyundai.
the car.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hyundai made it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But also, they did use the car.
They did.
They didn't use it in the proper way, but they did use the car. And it doesn't dictate proper use of a vehicle. It
Define
just
proper
dictates
use, though.
Use.
Define proper use.
I know. If it's your car, whatever you use it for is proper use, right?
Yeah, unless you're using it to intentionally hurt somebody.
Right. So what I think they're trying to go with here is the use that the car was manufactured to provide.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Driving.
Does it
transport.
have a back seat?
Yes.
Well, it's a little.
It was made for this.
It was the back seat's a little strained now. But
It's a bit different in a Hyundai. They're kind of weird about that. Back seats are a little awkward. They've got these weird angles.
Back seats have always been awkward.
I don't know.
I had a Lincoln Town car. The back seat was huge. Still awkward.
hey,
I had a Lincoln Town car. I really did.
I had a
I had to
Buick.
learn how to parallel park at that bus.
I had a Buick Skylark.
It was a great car until the airbags went out in the back because it had air shocks.
The
and
air ride,
rides in the back.
yeah.
Oh, it was like driving a cloud, honestly. It was floating.
Until the airbags popped.
and then
And then all of a sudden,
and then everything felt.
just like that.
And you can't fix it.
Oblivion flickering on Twitter. If Geico girl wants a quick settlement, she has to use the magic word.
Racism.
Racism.
But they were both the same skin color.
Yeah, but, you know.
That's racist.
Oh, it's racist.
Right. Yeah. The company goes on to say that MO, the female, alleged damages
Allegedly.
have no nexus to the ownership, maintenance, or coverage use of the 2014 Hyundai Genesis. In other words, the vehicle covered use did not cause her injuries. Instead, her injuries arose from an intervening case, namely her failure to prevent STDs transmission by having unprotected sex. She had
There we go. Contributory negligence.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, but Peekaboo Snarky Jackal, if they drove to the location, the companies who paved the road should also be liable, as the car wouldn't have gotten there otherwise.
Isn't that the U.S. government, technically?
Technically, well, it
And
depends.
where were they parked?
Nobody says.
I didn't say where.
Probably side of the road. Rocking the boat.
Well, it was a big one. Anyway,
It's hard to do. I
don't blame it. At this point, I'm not surprised. Like, this is...
Oh, yeah, this is not a surprise. It's funny, but it's not a surprise.
No, it's...
It's reality now.
Yeah, I'm not the least bit shocked by this at all, and I'm actually quite surprised that Geico is fighting back, to be perfectly honest.
Are you
with
really?
I am. Because everybody else had ever...
There's going to be a no sex in the car clause in all auto insurance policies now.
Or at the very least, it's going to be in the owner's manual.
Yep.
It'll be in the owner's manual.
Or it'll be like a little warning.
God, if I read that in the owner's manual, I'm just going to be pissed.
It'll be a warning from all insurance companies. If you do this in the car, you will not be covered.
Because you know how they ask that, right? Like, what do you use the car for? How far do you drive?
Right.
You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, all the basics.
If
Is it an everyday driver, or is it just like every now and again? Do you drive to work? What do you do?
Yeah, do you just drive it to work? What goes on? How's this? Now, one of the questions is going to be: do you have sex in this car? Is this what you're planning on using it for? Because that gauges it, just like the amount of mileage you drive in the car depends on how much they charge you for stuff.
The teenagers are going to lie.
Everybody lies. What are you talking about?
Lying is natural nowadays. Adam W. Johnson, he had a 4-door 1970 Impala that you could have a threesome in. His bed at home was smaller than the back seat of that car.
Yeah, I got better than that. I actually had at one point. I had a 1986 wood panel.
You had a Woody?
I had a Woody station wagon.
Nice.
Yeah, I did. I laid all the back seats down. It was just a giant bed back there.
Well, then you're fine. You're perfect.
It was.
Unless you try to like do anything too forceful on top, because you're gonna hit the ceiling.
Yeah, no, you had to lift the gate for sure.
Right. Yeah.
Because otherwise
It's not gonna be good.
it was uncomfortable as all get out.
Right.
But I slept like a baby.
I bet you did.
So there you go with that one. Nothing like having a nice big car. Mm-hmm. Actually, it's also easy to do it in a 76 Dodge Dart, too.
Yeah, I'm guessing so.
I found out the next day because there was prints on the hood.
So Prince of the Hood, do you mean on or in?
No, on.
On.
There was this one particular time was done on.
On. Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
All right. I just had to make sure.
No, I got you.
You know.
No, I'm right
Clarify.
there. I got
Wanted to
you.
Make sure.
It was, yeah. I am picking up what you're putting down. So there you go.
So did she.
Gross.
Ew.
That's just nasty.
Tell you what. So
There was actually coverage for
anybody
this.
watching the videos, by the way, I'm so sorry. If there's anybody watching the videos, it's glitchy as all crap.
Yeah.
And it's because
Internet's still sketchy.
it's still sketchy because the Spectrum people came out and fixed the neighbor's house, and the moment that they fixed the neighbor's house, my stuff went to shit. So now I've got to call them and tell them to come out and refix the box because my network is dead.
Yeah, it's garbage right now.
So trash.
Well, if for any reason you lose connection to Mojo, let me know and I can pull up the Shoutcast real quick and fix.
Oh yeah, no, we're good. We're good on the on that connection. You know, it doesn't take much, so we're good there. It's just the OBS. Trying to connect the video and shooting it out. It's jumpy as all crap, I'm sure.
I could pull up the OBS and.
Nah, don't worry about it. It's all right.
I don't have the scene set up for using Skype.
Yeah, so
That's
no worries.
okay.
It's okay.
At this point, if we lose it, then we just lose it, and we'll see y'all on
Monday.
Monday.
Right.
I'm not going to keep dancing around with this crap anymore.
Nope. Not gonna do it.
Because your body is a wonderland.
This is Defenders Live.
Oh, slightly venomous Kirk.
What?
Slightly venomous Kirk.
I can't hear you.
I don't know. How come you can't hear me? Oh, there we go. How about that?
There
That
you
better?
go.
There we are. Sorry, multiple buttons got pushed at the same time. So, once again, slightly venomous Kirk over there on the Twitters. But where does the swing go in the car?
On the tail, like, again, going back to my station wagon.
Right.
You lift the lid.
You lift the top on the
You lift
Woody.
the back.
You got to lift the back of the Woody
Yeah, you
to put
lift
the
it up.
swing in.
And for support, you have a couple of giant poles, and you stick them
Right.
right there on either side.
So you make sure you stick some giant poles on the side of your Woody. And then you install the swing on the top of the lift gate.
And the rest, they say, is history.
And oblivion flickering. Can you sue the car maker for failing to make the car more sexually accommodating for more copulation compliant?
You probably
could.
Probably could at this point.
what I use a car for.
Adam W. Johnson. This story is better told live, but we once put 13 people into a Dodge Omni. Holy
Whoa.
God.
What are you?
Took them to the drive-in movie theater. We had lawn chairs on the roof of the car. It was $1 per person that night.
$13. All
13
right.
people. My sister drove my dad's old Dodge Omni. How the hell you got 13 people into a car that
impressive.
it is, because the car says it holds 5, possibly 6.
I've
Depending.
had 8 in one.
Really?
Yeah.
God
it had
almighty.
terrible lifter noise, and we blew the engine on that trip.
I can't
I
see
bet.
why. Not when
No.
you have an extra 400, 500 pounds. I don't know how you could have thrown a rod and blew the engine up at all.
Not an Omni. I mean, come on.
No.
Thing's made like a tank.
This is God's car.
Poor little car.
If a tank was made with aluminum foil.
Oh, those are the heads on those things.
And duct tape.
It's saran wrap. A good time. I love it. So this story you're going to have to read, because
kinda
this
like
is
the
the one
Yugo.
that's going to piss me off.
Yeah, I have to read this one because this is you.
Because
you
otherwise
reacted-
there is no...
Let's just say, like, he's only read the headline of this And his head almost popped with this one.
Okay?
So,
I
all right. He'd start stuttering just to get through this, and that would not be good. Joy Behar, the co-host of The View, declared. She declared.
She's an eclair. I don't know about a declare.
Well, stop making the fat jokes. They got what's her name from Shark Tank on that for Whoopi Goldberg. Anyway,
I call it like I see it.
and you see it correctly. It's just they're gonna yell at you. Who cares?
Yeah. Anywhoozin.
Anyway, she declared that black people who are skittish about receiving the COVID-19 vaccine due to the governmental distrust or past injustices or Tuskegee experiment, they should just end their vaccine hesitancy now because the experiment's already been done on the white people.
That's a quote. The quote says,
the experiment has been done on white people now. End quote.
So just proves that this whole thing is nothing but a Tuskegee type experiment
A very, very, very
on a
large scale.
on a massive scale. Huh.
Yeah, The View on Thursday discussed a new pro-vaccine ad from the Department of Health and Human Services and the idea of using fear to motivate the unvaccinated people to get the shots. The CDC said as of Monday that the race ethnicity is known for about 61% of those who have received at least one vaccine dose, while nearly 2/3 of white and only 11% of black have been reported to get the dose. This from the Kaiser Family Foundation.
Wow.
But the CDC also showed that the recent vaccinations are reaching a larger share of black populations compared to its share of overall vaccinations and its share of total population, which will narrow its gap in nationwide vaccinations. That from the KFF. What, Dylan? You seem miffed.
I'm a little perturbed.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
You know, just a tad.
Sure.
I keep coming back to the whole it's an experiment.
Oh, well, here, let's continue on.
And
maybe she cleans it up.
Maybe I'm hoping.
Maybe she cleans it up.
I have a feeling she won't.
See, she brought up the whole low percentage of black people getting vaccinated, and she says, quote, how do they get through to the people like the black audience? For instance, the African-American community who has been burnt in the past by these Tuskegee experiments and things coming out that have harmed them. I don't blame that community for being skittish about it.
Oh, you don't?
But I say that so many white people have gotten it now. You know, the experiment has been done on white people now. So she didn't clean it up.
No, she didn't. Here's the thing. I'm going to be honest with you. The only people, to my knowledge, I'll be honest, I'm not exactly delving that deep into the black community to find this out.
Okay.
But the only people I've ever heard that has made any references and comparisons to things like that has been Louis Farrakhan, who blatantly was like, you know, giant middle finger, no white man's going to make us get anything, blah, 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 blah.
And has currently been on the other
And I have to ask a slight sidebar real fast. When in the hell did Oprah Winfrey decide that she wanted to audition for the role of the Michelin Man? Son of a bitch, pumpkin, you have got to lay off the sugar.
The eclairs.
Something.
Specifically.
Dear God, she reminds me of a black Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Anyway.
I thought, Whoopi Goldberg, by the way.
It's
More so, she's like the next generation of Walter Brimley.
Minus the facial hair.
Minus the facial hair. She's just Diabetes.
She's definitely a she's definitely a
Double stuffed cream over there. All right, so
that's nasty.
Well, I wasn't able to find it. I was looking for Joy Behar actually saying this out loud because I figured we could probably get Dylan's aneurysm to pop once and for all if he heard her say it.
Probably, yeah.
But the fact again that she had the balls to say this out loud and keep referencing it as the experiment, that's not how this works.
Isn't that racist?
Kinda,
a little bit.
kind of.
You know,
Hey, we
actually-
already experimented on the dumbass white people. Let's just go ahead and get over it and take the shot.
Yeah, and I mean, here's the thing. So they actually have the vaccine ad. You want to see it?
Yeah, let's just. If tonight's the night I go, then God bless you all. I love you.
That's good.
Here we go.
How do they get through to people who are like the black audience, for instance, the African American community, who has been burnt in the past by the Tuskegee experiment and by things coming out that have harmed them? I don't blame that community for being skittish about it, but I say that so many white people have gotten it now. You know, the experiment has been done on white people now.
Although the black community, I have read.
Oh my God. No, it didn't help hearing her say it live. That's the worst part about it.
Oh, and for
It
all
didn't help at all.
you guys don't need to actually like hear her really, but yeah, there's Whoopi Goldberg. Oh my God.
You know what? I'm going to rescind my original statement. She is auditioning for the role of Jabba the Hutt's wife. That's about where it's at. God bless you, you
jeez.
morbidly obese diabetic woman.
Oh, what did they do?
I don't know. But no, hearing her say it like that did not help. It didn't make it better. It didn't ease anything. It just didn't.
Didn't do any of that, huh?
It didn't. It made it worse, actually.
Made it worse for you?
It kind of made
Did
it
it
worse.
did it not work out so well for you?
No, the fact that you're going to eke, whatever you want to call it, that teensy little bit of truth. That, hey, you know, we're gonna use this, and it's an experiment, and no, nope, no, I can't, I freaking can't.
Can't do it?
And then oblivion flickering is trying to irritate me because why are there three women with their tongues touching?
Oh, well, those are three very, very slutty women that happen to make millions of dollars being slutty on TV.
Yeah, but how can you be that open about it? Do you know where her tongue's been?
Yes, that's why they're doing it all together, because their tongues have all been in the same places.
Somebody should tell them to get in a Hyundai quick if anything goes wrong.
Make sure it's being insured by Geico.
Right, make sure. Because remember, with you're only with
Oh dear Lord,
you're only in good hands with Allstate.
it's Allstate, exactly. Everything else is like, yeah. Oh,
But Nationwide is on your side.
Depends. I think they should go to the general and save some time.
liberty, 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 liberty. I'm running out of insurance companies now.
This is our family.
No, because the Liberty Mutual is,
But it's mutual, but still.
But I'm saying the best Liberty Mutuals are the ones where it's we know a lot because we've seen a lot.
Farmers.
Farmers. We are farmers.
Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Bum, bum, bum.
Oh, you want to go way back?
We protect a lot because we've seen a lot.
You want to go old school? The Mutual of Omaha.
No.
The Gerber Life Plan.
Oh dear Lord.
That's insurance. Life insurance.
It's still to say it's still
It's
insurance.
life insurance.
At this
not-
point. And that one didn't have a cool slogan either
No, it was just protecting kids.
until they got older, and then you're like,
Actually, it's not even protecting kids. It's protecting
They weren't protecting kids.
It's
They were
protecting
just
the parents from
collecting a
having to pay-
premium that was going to get stopped and never have to get paid out on.
Right, because most Gerber life plans were not actually life plans.
They weren't?
No, they were just the possibility and the viability of a child dying from the time that they came out with Gerber, and it was like, yeah, you're really not. They're making bank, basically. They were just making bank. It was cheap,
They made a boatload of money off of all
super cheap, but they were making bank.
that. Yeah. Because that's what
Nobody's ever going to collect on that.
they do.
And they were all universal whole life policies. And if you don't know about universal whole life policies, they tell you that you can like save money in a separate account using the universal life policy thing and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
And you can take out money and all of that jazz when you're living and blah 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 blah.
And the interest rate on the money that you have saved in there is going to pay your premium eventually down the road. You can just forget about it, and the premium policy will pay for itself, and the cash value will grow.
Right,
except
right.
that interest rates fell from 14% to nothing.
Yeah, not only that, but also they eventually, no matter what, you'll run out of money in that premium from that premium, and because every time that you take money out of your cash value, you actually take it out of the total amount of money that it'll pay out to your death.
So there you go.
So yeah,
Isn't that fantastic?
it's like, yeah, you can take a loan off of it if you need to, but if you never pay it back, if you die and the policy's still in place, your family's going to owe that money.
That's good. Oh, let's see. Peekapoo, Stark and Jackal. Eureka! STD lawsuit woman. She just claimed that her injury occurred from her getting rear-ended.
That's right.
There you go.
Attaboy.
Well done.
Oh, it's almost like you guys are planning for this. Anyway,
Almost like you know where we're going.
Virginia gubernatorial candidate Terry McAuliffe.
Yeah, Olive?
McAuliffe.
McAuliffe.
That's what I said, McAuliffe.
He had it right the first time.
McAuliffe?
McAuliffe.
Yeah, it works.
McAuliffe.
It was asked by a local journalist to define critical race theory in light of concerns raised by parents in Virginia school districts and failed. Instead,
Miserably.
Suggesting that parents who oppose teaching elements of CRT, as part of the K through 12 curriculum are, wait for it, racist. Totally.
The attorney general even said so.
I know.
And he's directed the FBI to start investigating those dang racists.
How dare you?
Darn racists.
Because honestly, that's what they've done.
Right.
Is they've tried to make out that critical race theory, which is just racism in reverse as far
Racist
as
garbage.
It is racist as a whole,
Right.
and they're trying to shroud that in the guise of, well, they're not teaching Black history. The whole history is written by the winners, and that is a true fact. But you can't sit
That's
here.
true. We should be teaching people about Booker T. Washington and about the Black founding fathers.
Absolutely, we should.
Because you know what? We should also be teaching them about
black men that helped write the Constitution.
Yeah, we should also be teaching them about the what? How many was it? It was the first 15 of the southern states. First 15 Republicans of the southern states, all black.
All black.
The first black congressional
Yeah, the caucus and all that jazz.
caucus.
Yeah.
that was all Republican.
Yeah. No, we absolutely need
Republicans are racist. You're clearly wrong.
to be.
This can't be true.
Yeah, clearly.
Oh, but it is, my friend.
It is, yeah.
But that's the problem with it. And so that's why they turn around and have people accused of being racist when they argue against CRT. Because the one side is viewing CRT, at least they're being told, oh, that's Black history, and you don't want to teach Black history. You must be racist.
That's not just Black history. That's a racist view of Black history.
Yeah, agreed.
Can we just teach Black history? That's fine.
Absolutely not. Watch your damn mouth.
Why?
I don't know. Quote, it's not taught here in Virginia, McAuliffe said when asked how he would define, quote, critical race theory, end quote, by a local journalist. When pressed, McAuliffe claimed that it, quote unquote, doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter what we think
how
it
we
is.
define CRT. Quote, it's not taught here in Virginia, so I'm not going to spend my time. Ellipses, end quote.
So CRT has been, it's actually been pushed in multiple different facets in multiple different communities. And it is taught in the K through 12 program in Northern Virginia as like acute race theory.
So did McAuliffe lied?
Yes. Because he's a politician.
Huh.
Yeah. Actually, because he's human. He lied because he's human.
I'm shocked. Very shocked.
Right.
Already, I can tell by the look on your face.
Yeah. You seem very shocked.
You are.
Might need to sit down.
The journalist interrupted, pressing McAuliffe to give his thoughts on, quote, what is, referring to CRT, regardless of whether the concept is taught K through 12 public schools.
Yeah. She was saying what it is.
Yeah. Still, tell me what you think it is, regardless of whether it's taught here or not. What do you think it is? What is it to you?
Right.
Quote, I'm not even spending my time because the school boards and everyone else have come out and said it's not taught, end quote. That's what McAuliffe began with. Then he follows up with, wait for it, quote, it's racist. Referring to the complaints. It's a dog whistle.
He was so close.
I know. Quote,
He was talking about CRT, and
I
he
know.
said, that's racist.
Exactly.
And he should have just been done. I'm done. That's all I have to say.
CRT
and it
is
could have been
racist.
left to anything at that point.
Yeah, CRT is racist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quote, but if we don't have a definition, how can we say it's racist? I just want a definition from you. That, according to the news anchors pressed. A panicking McAuliffe then doubled down. Quote, it is not taught here in Virginia. Here is what I have said all along, and it really bothers me. This whole idea of stirring parents up to create divisions. Our children are going through such challenges today because of COVID, and we are talking about some of them here today, wasting precious viewers' time. End quote.
You know, I can kind of almost hear him say it
Change
that
the
way.
batteries in the AI, that sounded kind of...
That was a quote, though.
That was a quote. It was quoting.
I was
He
doing
quoting.
him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I was
He was quoting.
that was his monotone, panicky. I gotta
just pull something out of my ass here real quick.
Yeah. McAuliffe's Republican challenger, Glenn Youngkin,
who's, by the way, catching up to him.
He very closely pointed out on Twitter that McAuliffe may be technically correct about the CRT itself is not taught in K through 12 schools, but Virginia's teachers have at least been encouraged to teach some subjects through a critical race theory lens by bringing aspects of the more complex CRT into those classrooms.
Yeah. Acute learning sessions.
Yeah. You bowl a frog. You do it ever so slightly, little bit.
Is this another way for camouflaging the racism and hiding it from the parents who are objecting to it?
Yes.
There you go.
Slappy.
Critics of teaching critical race theory have also pointed out the elements of critical race theory appear in some Virginia curriculum models, and that models created by individuals familiar with CRT encourage, quote, educators to commit to making schools at all levels critical active conscience spaces. Let me start that again. At all levels, critical active conscious spaces that center people, long denied space, voice, and freedom, end quote.
Sorry.
In line with the theory itself.
I'm going to have to ask you to repeat that quote.
You want me to do it all again?
Whole
educators,
thing.
quote, educators need to commit to making schools at all levels critical, active, conscious spaces that center people, long denied space, voice, and freedom, which is in line with the theory itself.
Critical active conscious spaces.
Whatever happened to just teaching them math and English?
You're using a lot of words there that I don't think go together.
He didn't say anything.
It literally was just
He strung together big words.
that mean nothing.
No, they want a critical
He
active
did something
conscious
that
space.
Biden can't do, but still,
Right.
Well, that's again senility, and that's a whole different thing.
big word.
Everybody can do things that Biden can't do. Most of us can wipe our ass still.
Well, so can he. Remember how proud he was about it?
No,
I
no.
wiped my butt. Oh, no, that's right. He got his butt wiped.
No,
I got my butt
butt's been
wiped.
He didn't do it.
My butt's been wiped.
Yeah.
It's the wrong southern border, sir.
Right.
No, but it makes sense. I mean, come on. You don't get it? Critical active conscious spaces?
Sure. All right. So let's kind of break it down. Critical.
Important.
Okay. Active.
Engaged.
Okay. Conscious.
Mentally doing it awakened. Yeah.
Awakened. Woke. Space.
Locations.
Okay. So our critically are important. So we have our important,
Engaged.
mentally
engaged locations.
Important, mentally engaged wokeness.
woke locations.
Yeah.
Are important, mentally engaged, woke locations.
That center people.
Makes a lot more sense, but he said it fancier.
Yeah. Yeah.
That center people
long denied space, voice, and freedom.
Who's been denied space, voice, and freedom?
Well, anybody that's not
Conservatives.
white. Anybody that's not white.
I would argue the fact that anybody who's going to school technically is denied space, voice, and freedom because you're forced to do what they tell you.
Mm-hmm. And what's worse is you pay for it.
Right.
Nowadays,
Through your taxes.
you're at. Well, no. I'm talking about even at the college level.
Oh yeah, you pay for it for sure.
You are paying for that.
Right, but so
Now I know this is K through 12.
This is K through 12.
But I'm just
So,
saying.
space. How crammed are you next to some other kid in a desk?
Oh, I don't know.
You have absolutely no space.
I don't know.
Voice, yeah. Try and speak out to your teacher against something that they teach. Go ahead. I dare you.
I don't know.
Freedom?
I know I got my ass whooped for it.
You better be here at 8:15. Or else we're going to send CPS to your house and your parents are going to get in trouble for you. Some other bullshit like that. I'm just saying.
No, I mean, it's...
School has become an institute, like an institution, like a psych ward, basically. It's not a place for people to learn anymore. It's literally just a place where most people go to get indoctrinated.
Most college campuses are a psych.
That's also true. Yeah. Anyway,
Did you see the thing I posted about Berkeley's opening up the counseling
Yeah.
for the people who were traumatized by Facebook and Instagram going down?
for 7 hours during the middle of a day.
Now, I have to ask before because I didn't want to react to that at all because are you 100% sure that that's legit?
It
That's
didn't go
not just a
down.
meme. No, I'm not talking about
I
that.
posted it with a God, I hope this is a joke.
No, I did see
yeah.
that, but that's what I was asking. Were you able to follow up on that or find out anything? Because
I should follow up
on
that.
the one hand, it is Berkeley, so it wouldn't surprise me. On the other hand, it sounds like something that would, people would make a meme out of.
Well, I mean, they did make the mental care facilities for.
It's not Berjekyll. I don't know what the
my,
hell.
my keystrokes.
You want to talk about me and my spelling?
I
or
fat
my
fingered
reading
it.
and
Shut up.
Anyway, some of the most notable confrontations between educators and parents concerning about CRT have happened in Loudoun and Fairfax counties in Virginia. And Loudoun confrontations, at least, is among those mentioned by the National School Board Association in his letter to the Department of Justice requesting federal law enforcement resources be dedicated to investigating potential threats to administrators and faculty, likening the incidents to, quote, domestic terrorism and hate crimes, end quote.
Anyway.
So, there you go. Of course, they're going to get it because, Quantico's like 20 minutes from there. So
Yeah, obviously.
no big deal. Drive past it every time you go down 95. It's not that difficult to see the building. Anyway.
I can't find anything on UC Berkeley offering mental health.
It's been up all day, and the fact checkers didn't say it's false.
No,
Well-
but they did do that one picture. Have you seen that picture?
That one picture?
Have you
The
seen that
one?
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't know which
I'll
one.
have to show it to you when we go on the break. Adam W. Johnson over Twitter. Being Air Force, when I hear A1C on diabetes commercials, I think of the Airman First Class because
That makes sense.
I have a degree in electronics repair. When I heard CRT, I think of the
Cathode ray lab.
cathode ray lab. Well, that's funny because when I hear the A1C, I keep thinking of the intercom. Actually, ours was an M1C, but still.
M1C. Still, yeah.
Tomato, tomato. Mm-hmm. There you go. But you know what I got? You know what I got in the mail today was my American Pride Roasters coffee that I got from AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
Mm-hmm.
Historically great coffee, guaranteed to make you swallow every single time you put it in your mouth. The world's going to hell, but at least you can enjoy a great cup of coffee, and you can get all yours today at AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
You can also check out Mojo50.com, over at Mojo50.com, and iHeartRadio at the Mojo50 radio app for 24/7 free speech talk.
Get all your comments and responses and everything in, all of them at DOA Show on the socials. We got a whole nother hour. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Which one?
I don't know how you haven't seen this on Facebook.
Because I don't look at Facebook.
Well, I only reason
I
do is because I have.
literally
I'm
do
gonna
not
try
look
and
at
smoke and
Facebook.
see if I can make it back before the music.
Okay,
Yeah, go
bye.
ahead. I literally don't look at Facebook. That's hilarious.
That's funny. No, but that's not it. Where did it go? Like everybody and their mother, and no matter who posts it or how they post it, it all comes up the same way every time.
well, that's probably why you're not going to be able to find it right now.
No. Again, every. Oh, never mind. That's not who I thought it was.
Oh, you keep looking. I'm
I'm
going
going to.
to see about coffee.
And I ran. I ran so far away. Actually, you know what? Let me do it like this. Oh, that takes back memories. I don't remember what year that was, but I'll have to show you that video too. Here we go. Check this out.
Sensitive content.
You see it's sensitive, right?
Yeah. I can tell there's nothing really in there that's sensitive. Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And no matter who posts it, no matter how they do it,
It's a flower.
it keeps coming back. No matter who does it, how they do it, anything, it comes back as being covered with sensitive thing.
Even though it's just an...
It has been roaming all over. Everybody and their mother is losing their effing mind about it. It's been fantastic.
Over the picture of a flower.
Well, yeah.
Facebook blocks picture of flower. Everybody loses their mind.
Well, because there's nothing wrong with it. Here, check this shit out. You want to watch your butt pucker? Now, remember, this is a floating city.
Yeah.
Watch.
No, I don't want to. No.
Yeah.
That's a lot of water.
That's called going through a typhoon.
Yeah, everybody's under.
I've been that's strapped down real bad, dude.
It's super tight, right?
I've been through. I want to say I went through this one. The ship. You don't feel it any other time. No lie. When you feel the whole thing go like that and then go like that, oh, it's
That's a no.
when you look up and see sky and look down and see water on a ship that big, that'll make your butt pucker.
That's not good.
Nope. And then you got that one little helo sitting right there at the very front.
Strapped down, but it's staying.
Yeah, but still, it's getting the ever-loving snot beat out of it. And I ran. That's okay. I'd play with your meat too. Did I say something wrong? I don't know.
No.
Are you sure?
No, you definitely would slather the sauce right all over it.
I would.
Yeah.
I'd lick my fingers too.
Mm-hmm. Right after.
Because
it's tasty.
I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I get up when I'm bleeding, ready, breathing. I'll never back down.
This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
Thought I was 6 feet under, but now it's your turn to face the fire.
Chris said he was going to be back before the music, and I was trying to give him time.
It didn't happen.
It didn't work.
Yeah.
It didn't work. That's okay.
Not gonna do it.
He'll be back in a moment. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Hi.
It's Friday.
It is Friday,
Oh, thank God it's Friday.
right?
I got a birthday party to get ready for.
Oh, yeah.
That's Sunday,
Sunday.
3 o'clock,
Okay.
by the way.
Thank you.
So
Yeah.
I know. I
don't think about these things.
I know. I know. But it was one of those. I was like, oh shit! I better tell you the exact time.
Tell me again.
3 o'clock on Sunday.
Hit me with your best shot.
It was. I guess the original discussion was closer to like 1 or 2, but I swear for some reason I thought we said 3, and I don't know why. And
Now it became 3 again.
well, we agreed to 3, and I think it's because like I may or may not have unconsciously convinced her that we kind of need a break between getting up at dark 30 and rushing through to get all the kids to church and back.
And everything back and forth. And
And then get back and get ready for it.
Look at you.
So I
trying to be a good guy
maybe, like I said, I feel it might be a subconscious kind of thing
that you tried to force.
because I didn't do hardly nothing.
Right.
But whatever.
Well, things happen.
Anyway.
Things happen.
Anyway, I'll look at that.
Look at that.
I'll look at that later. Anyway, so this is another one that is gonna. I'm a little. You might have to read this one too because
I've been having to. You've been forcing me to read some of these because you're just like, yeah.
Because I don't know if I can.
Don't know if you can, huh?
I mean, I'll try.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can run it. It's fine if that's what you want.
Because this just
All right.
speaking at Elk Grove Village, Illinois, on Thursday.
Yeah.
President Joe Biden made clear what his priorities are, arguing that the quote-unquote bigger story isn't headlines and reports of mass firings, but instead that the mandates for large businesses to vaccinate their workers are having some success. Biden stated, quote, "These requirements work. And as a business roundtable and others told me when I announced the first requirement that encouraged businesses to feel they could come in and demand the same thing of their employees, more people are getting vaccinated. More lives are being saved. Let's be clear, when you see headlines and reports of mass firings, hundreds of people losing their jobs, look at the bigger story. I've spoken to Scott Kirby, CEO of United Airlines, who's here today. United went from 59% of their employees to 99% of their employees in less than 2 months after implementing the requirement. 99%! End quote. You know why it went to 99%? Because they laid off a third of their employees, or however many it was.
Yep, they did.
That's how you had a group of people who were not going to be vaccinated, who refused, who said there's no way on God's green earth that you have the right to force me to do anything. And they said, oh, we will if you want a job. And they said, giant F you.
They said, oh, yeah?
Not today, Satan.
Right.
But there were others in the company that were already vaccinated. So once you had the mass firings leave, of course it's going to make it look like the and how did he word it? It was a mandate before. Go back up a second. There we go, just a little bit. As businesses and as a business roundtable and others told me when I announced the first requirement that encouraged businesses to feel they
Yeah.
could come in and demand the same thing of their employees.
Encouraged requirements.
That is a lot of words to say force.
I mean, yeah, it is.
It's a mandate. That's what that is. They forced them. But again, going back to my previous point, when you have a workforce of 1,000 people and 7,500 of them or 750 of them are vaccinated, and you lay off the other 250, of course your rate of how many are vaccinated in your company is going to skyrocket because you got rid of all of the unvaccinated people.
Right.
By hook or by literal crook.
So,
I mean, what difference does it make at this point?
Thank you, Hillary Clinton. I appreciate that for chiming in.
thanks, Hill.
Did you ever figure out how to clean off that hard drive or that server?
Yeah,
Did you know how to wipe that down?
Like
Wash
with a cloth or something?
Yeah, with a cloth or something. Did you figure that out yet? No? Okay, well,
No. Oh, yeah. Well,
we'll talk about
We'll
it
get back to that. And so let's do this because we haven't done this in a while. Here's the cases by per 100,000. And we're just going to scoot up a little bit. Okay. So let's say, so over here, I'm going to see the line, everybody. Everybody can see
if
the
you're
line.
watching on the Facebooks and
You get your
YouTubes and everything else.
September of 2020.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So that's a little over a year ago.
Yeah, and look at the curve.
Yeah.
Look at the curve at September 2020. Pretty low.
It is.
Pretty low.
It is pretty low.
September 21.
That's a bit high.
That's a bit high, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's like double or triple the numbers. And also if you look at how the
Kind
numbers
of counterintuitive with 75+% of the population being vaccinated.
Yeah,
isn't it?
and if you look at the peaks, the highest population getting the COVID at the time was actually the 18 to 29-year-olds. Now it somehow or another, now it's the 5 to 15-year-olds. Actually, 5 to 17-year-olds getting the highest amount of COVID cases reported somehow.
Well, because remember, they've opened up and said that, oh, no, it's now safe to vaccinate your child.
Right.
And people are like, oh, hell with that. I'm not vaccinating my kid.
No.
Well, now think about it, though. But then it's all a game.
Right.
They open it up. People still say no. So how do you force that? By turning around and conveniently every child that goes in suddenly
Now has
develops
COVID.
something with COVID. Even
Yeah.
if they're asymptomatic, they have it.
They
you
have
have
the
to get them
COVID.
vaccinated. See, they're susceptible. You have to take care of the children. If only we can save one.
Right. So what I'm trying to point out here is there's the COVID cases. That's the cases. So back in September, when basically nobody was vaccinated, we had lower counts of COVID.
Yeah.
Than now, when we have 76% of the population, if you look right here, 76.3% of the population 12 and older has at least one vaccine.
That's a
Dose.
a lot.
We have at least one dose on 76.3% of the population by the CDC's own numbers.
That's insane.
Isn't that insane?
But a lot more people are getting COVID.
But wait, there's more.
There's more?
There's more. Let's go by... No, we're going by age. Age is the best.
Age is more exciting.
Age is the best. September of 2020, we had a low.
We did.
We had a low.
Yeah.
It was a very good low.
The most of the ones that were passing away, it appears to be, as always, the 75
The
and up.
oldest folks. Right. And we had then we had the giant peak and everything that happened. July, May,
Still-
June, July, very, very low numbers. And suddenly, out of nowhere,
Starting at the end of August.
into September this year, we have higher cases of 75-year-olds dying again.
I go, it's really weird.
75 plus is apparently the number. Now, it obviously dropped immediately. Like, it literally dropped immediately. It was 1 week for numbers, and then it immediately dropped. Yeah. Back down again over the next, 2 weeks following. But I'm just saying, if you look at the numbers, deaths in September to September, okay? September a year ago to September now, it is basically flat. Our numbers are flat, basically flat from September to September. I'm not talking about the peak where everything was counted as COVID. I'm talking about September of last year.
I was going to say, you mean that little break where we magically...
Everybody got COVID.
Where
everybody died.
COVID cured everything. We didn't have the flu. We didn't have pneumonia. We didn't have nothing.
From October to March. October to April. Sorry. From October to April, basically, nothing.
COVID cured everything, including
everything
cancer.
was COVID. Anyway. Yep. But if you look at the unvaccinated September of last year to the vaccinated September of this year, the numbers are flat.
Yeah.
Actually, if you look at the death numbers, the numbers are higher on average over the course of the month. We have higher deaths on average now that people have gotten the shot.
Because their body isn't doing anything the way it was designed to do.
Because the body is one of them
that you've ruined and
destroyed. Yeah, so I'm just wanting to point it out now. When everybody talks about, the death tolls, the shot, the things. Last year at this time in our lives, we had lower numbers of everything.
Slight tangent for a second. Is it only me? Or does it feel like just the year ago feels way longer than...
Oh, God.
It feels like
forever.
5 years ago. To have September 2020 back. Anyway.
It's magic that we've gotten rid of the flu and everything else, though.
It is amazing, isn't it?
Isn't it wonderful?
It's just...
We should be thankful.
We should be thankful. But I'm just saying.
But we're not, because not enough people are getting vaccinated.
Right. We're almost at an 80% vaccination rate nationally.
Yeah.
But more people are getting sick.
But
Is that because the vaccinated are 27 times more likely to get COVID than the naturally...
Once again, if you look at the numbers of people who, quote unquote, have gotten the virus once before the vaccine came out. Gotten the virus before the vaccine came out, okay? That was about 20% of our population.
Yeah. Which I believe, and I'm not a scientist, but is enough to start the curve of the herd immunity.
At this point, we're at herd immunity levels.
Yeah.
Everything should be going down. If the stuff still fluctuates and jumps up, spikes over the course of the next few months, that is fake.
Yep.
We not only have herd immunity.
The vaccine doesn't work.
Well, the vaccine doesn't work, but
we know that too.
It
you watch
symptoms.
Your blasphemous mouth.
Right.
You don't speak.
I'm conflating and confusing the issues. I'm sorry.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, on October 4th, The Hill reported that.
Meanwhile,
on October 4th, The Hill reported Northwell Health. I'm sorry. Good Lord, that was weird. Northwell Health, the largest healthcare provider in New York State, on Monday fired 1,400 of its employees who did not comply with the state's COVID-19 vaccine mandate. These employees represented almost 2% of Northwell's workforce of more than 76,000 who were all immunized against COVID. They're not immunized. I hate when they do that.
They're immunized against the COVID. No, they don't. They're not immunized. If they got the virus first, then they'd be immunized.
Then they'd be immunized.
Now they've got the vaccine. It's very different.
Yeah, they're not immunized.
Yeah.
The Seattle Police Department may have to fire hundreds of officers if they don't meet an October 18th vaccination deadline. Quote, as of October 6th, 292 sworn personnel have yet to provide proof of a COVID-19 vaccination, end quote. That according to Fox 13.
Yep.
Quote, Seattle Police Department braces for a mass firing of officers as hundreds have yet to show proof of vaccination, end quote. Yahoo News reported on September 25th, quote, New York hospitals face possible mass firings as workers spurn vaccines, adding, quote, in Buffalo, the Erie County Medical Center plans to suspend elective inpatient surgeries and not take intensive care patients from other hospitals because it may soon fire about only 400 employees who have chosen not to get vaccinated against the coronavirus.
Only 400.
Only 400.
Only 400. Side note, this back to our Geico line. This is a picture sent over to us by Let's Be Frank in PA. You can protect yourself from over 20 types of STDs and pregnancies by switching to condoms. 15 minutes could save you 15 years or more.
No, it's 18 years and more. Just saying.
Right.
The White House declared in September, quote, the Department of Labor's Occupational Safety and Health Administration, that would be OSHA, is developing a rule that will require all employers with 100 or more employees to ensure their workforce is fully vaccinated or require any worker who remain unvaccinated to produce a negative test result on at least a weekly basis before coming to work. OSHA will issue an emergency temporary standard to implement this requirement. This requirement will impact over 80 million workers in private sector businesses with 100 plus employees.
So that was when the White House declared it.
Yeah.
OSHA actually came out and said, we will not declare this.
Good.
They did come out after the White House did this. They came out and said, we don't have the ability to do that.
They don't. Now, well, okay, to be fair. To be fair, they do, as technically a private entity, they have the ability to make any rule they want to. I mean, they kind of do. Let's be honest.
I mean, they're not a private entity.
But they're not government either.
Yeah, they are.
No, but they're not. How am I? I'm jumbling.
They're
my
not
stuff.
elected.
That's it. That's what I'm trying to say. They're not elected people. So
as
therefore,
unelected bureaucrats,
they can do whatever the hell they technically want to.
And nobody's going to say anything.
And nobody's going to say anything. So the fact that OSHA actually stood up and said, no, we're not going to do this. I hate OSHA with a fucking passion.
I mean,
I've always hated OSHA.
They've come up with some very stupid rules for no reason.
Oh, dear God.
For your safety.
It's safety my ass. But I
got my OSHA 10.
I still never finished. No, I did do that.
You did finish it.
I did finish it. They just never gave me credit for it.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Anyway, I've never been a big fan of OSHA, but I will at least give credit to them at this point is the fact that they had the ability. And everybody could say, well, they kind of didn't. And they could say, well, we kind of don't. I think it's because they're holding themselves up ethically that to turn around and force something like that.
Like, that's not part of our, we're supposed to be like hard hat safety stuff, not health safety stuff. That's not us.
PPE does not fall under vaccinations.
Yeah, technically a face mask, PPE, does not fall under vaccinations face masks. It's a dust mask.
Yeah, that doesn't count. And
not
so
the same thing.
I give credit to OSHA for at least standing up against that, but
dust cover does not equal N95.
Face shield and all that
right.
stupidness. An opinion piece in the Wall Street Journal noted late in September, quote, the Occupational Safety and Health Act of 1970 authorizes OSHA to enact rules that are, quote, reasonably necessary or appropriate to provide safe or healthful employment and places of employment, end quote. That's the stick they're trying to use. Mm-hmm. But the Biden mandate is unreasonably and unnecessarily broad.
There you go. This is from OSHA.
Well, no, this is an opinion piece from the Wall Street Journal. But OSHA's seeing it the same way.
Yeah.
Continuing on, but the Biden 3, 2, 1.
There you go.
But the Biden mandate is unreasonably and unnecessarily broad. As announced, it applies to all employees, even those who work at home.
Yeah.
As millions have done during the pandemic. Mm-hmm. It's simultaneously too narrow, failing to require vaccination for contractors, customers, and other non-employees who may be present at the work site.
Also true.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to require it for the workers, you have to require it for literally everybody that's going to be there.
Yeah. Well, because especially in our line of work, we kind of, as
and everybody's line of work
in
now.
the contractor area, especially with what we do, dear God.
So
vendors and all this other
speaking
mess.
of, so I had a little side interview for like little projects and stuff, right? With one of the companies, they're very well known company.
Yeah.
And they require having your COVID shot.
Oh, good.
to do any, and you would be a W-2 contractor. You'd be a contractor.
Wow.
Like you would be bidding on the job.
Huh.
Like, hey, these jobs are in your area. Are these things that you could do? And
you could say yes, but
here's my hourly rate bidding on the job.
Okay.
And then if you win the job, you get the job and you do the job.
Okay.
Right? So technically you're self-employed.
Yeah, so you were literally an employee of one.
So how are you a W-2?
They would consider it a W-2 for this purpose.
Because it's the contractor bid.
It's weird.
We'll have to explain.
Every contractor job I've ever done is 1099 work.
Right.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be 1099.
It's supposed to be
but
1099.
they're saying it's you're going to be considered a
Is it
W-2 for
W-2
tax
so they can
purposes.
force you to get the shot?
Yes. Mm-hmm. For tax purposes
This is
only.
sneaky bullshit.
Yes.
Yeah.
The whole thing is being sneaky. It's been attempted to be
It's
sneaky.
supposedly, yeah, you're a 1099 and you can negotiate your pay rate on the thing, but
once you get that pay rate and it's sealed, then you become
W-2
a W-2.
for the job, for the entirety of the job.
Yeah. So to be W-2, they're not going to take the taxes out. They're not going to do any of that stuff. But
Right.
yeah.
Very, very sneaky Pete here.
Sneaky, deceptive little bastards.
Sneaky
Anyway.
Pete. So I was like, that's a low blow. But anyway, you guys are great. And no.
Yeah, I'm not doing this. Thank you though.
Thanks, but no thanks.
And that would have been a great opportunity, dude.
Oh, dude.
No, I know it would.
Like,
because I know
I could have been doing like 40, 50 an hour for that job.
And I know where you're. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. And actually, if we were smart about it, we would have teamed up and charged $100 an hour.
Double line in.
Hell yeah. We
$50 an hour per person. Let's go.
Not for that no more.
No.
Hell, at that point, we could still charge them only $60 an hour.
I'm a team of two, $30 an hour per person.
30 an hour to $60 per day. And then still come out cheaper.
Oh,
Anyway.
heck yeah.
So yeah, there you go. It's not about the big story is not the mass firings. The big story is that the mandate is working. Because again, when you eliminate up to a third of your, or even some of them was like 2%. I get that.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
But when you start
When
eliminating,
you eliminated all your unvaccinated
all the
people.
unvaccinated, removed all that, then of course it drops the numbers down.
Right. To
Because you
zero.
no longer have that many people
unvaccinated
or even working there for that matter.
I like it when it happens in reverse. There's a bunch of small businesses that have been coming out and like shooting videos of themselves. Like, hey, actually, this one guy, he was like, so I'm unvaccinated, and Biden's pushing this new regulation where if you're a certain business of a certain size, you have 100 employees or more, you have to have everybody vaccinated by a certain date. Or else you get fined per day, blah, 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 blah. It's also part of the bill. It's the new $5 trillion spending bill, the whole deal. It's all in there. And it triples the price in the spending bill, which is hilarious to me. Anyway.
Yeah, it's funny.
So all these things, and he's talking about it. He's like, so I have 132 people, and I've got 34 people that are vaccinated. Guess what? I now have 98 people. And I'm also going to be taking the 34 people that were vaccinated and their salaries, and I'm splitting it up against all the 98 people because they're going to be doing more work.
That's fantastic.
It's like, if you got vaccinated, I'm sorry, you're fired.
Which now I'm gonna go out on a limb, and not a limb.
That's a very political statement.
I don't
as a business.
I don't like that because I also don't like it from the
other side.
The other side. If you're going
Right.
to fire people because they're not vaccinated, you shouldn't be firing people because they are.
Right. It's a very political
The whole
statement.
point of everything is to be.
But he was going to have to fire people anyway.
No,
See, his whole point was, I'm going to be forced to fire people to get under the 100 number.
Yeah, so we might as well get rid of the vaccinated.
Yeah, I'm going to choose the people that followed the government mandate.
And that's fine. Except for, again, you're playing politics with this. And that's part of the problem. Do what's right regardless. You don't fire someone because of some political bent. You fire the worst people, whether they're vaccinated or not.
Right. And
then
you
that
just
way
go
you
forward.
survive and you thrive as a company. And you can at least walk away with your head up knowing that you have the literal moral high ground.
And you did it the right way.
And you did it because you did it the right way.
Right.
And that's what you should do. Adam W. Johnson over on the next break. Do you think instead of Dylan at Dylan Louse's meat choices, we can just do a live remote from Chris's smoke break?
That'd be great.
Does your mic run all the way out the door like that?
I mean, he was on Twitter the entire time, so
I know. You know what you do?
Yeah.
You do like what I do. Of course, you're only doing it for one
I
night.
could Skype from my phone.
Yeah, but I mean,
just tie in.
but I'm saying you could do like what I do for the show. Of course, again, you're only on for the one day, so it's not that important. But you could just invest in a vape, and that way you don't have to leave it all.
I've been considering getting one of those so that I could reduce the amount of cigarettes.
It's cheaper. I promise you that. It's a lot cheaper. However,
Sneaky, sir.
yeah, sneaky.
My kid
sir.
gets all upset at me.
I am very, very sneaky, sir.
My kid gets very upset at me for being that sneaky.
Oblivion flickering. Yes, to achieve utopia, we have to strip you of what you selfishly call your constitutional rights.
Right.
You will thank us.
No, you won't.
You have been re-educated to realize that only the collective has rights.
Yeah.
Sounds so
good.
It's so real.
It's so real. Yeah, apparently, like I scare the crap out of my daughter all the time, like my oldest, because apparently I walk softly
And carry a big stick.
and I can just appear out of nowhere in my house.
Ask the girlfriend how many times I do that. She hates when I walk around the house.
So great.
I'm by far the biggest human being in that house.
Lightfoot,
and I
buddy.
Twinkle
toes.
Like an elf.
You're Flintstone trying to throw a...
Call me Legolas.
This is Defenders Live.
The young Frankenslug. In fairness, the vaccinated Karen in the company was really unlikable and thus the first one to be cut.
No, I'm sure. And I'm sure there's probably a lot of that there too. It's just,
yeah.
At the same time,
we got a young guy that's at the job that I'm at now. Mm-hmm. And he's all about it, man. He's all about learning the stuff and learning the job. And, he's going to be a CCNA and all this other stuff. And he's like, anytime somebody mentions the fact of the thing, oh yeah, I got it, and nothing affected me. I don't even know I didn't feel it. It doesn't hurt. I don't know, but I got it.
good for you.
Okay, all more power to you, bud.
Good for you.
Glad you got it. I'm not trying to take shots at you. I'm just letting people know. So, I didn't see this until recently, but you saw this.
I saw the actual video on TikTok.
You saw the videos on the
giggle.
TikTok. And you know what? I think everybody should see the videos that are from TikTok.
You should.
Yes, everybody should see the videos from TikTok. So we're going to show them here on the show because I found the videos from TikTok. And so, the old man, get off my lawn.
Yeah, I am that old man.
Right.
I am that old man.
I am.
Right. So one guy, he lives on the corner of a street.
A corner of a street.
Yeah, he lives on a street corner. So, sidewalk, stop sign, the whole thing.
A literal corner.
Literal street corner. He's on a street corner.
Which I could not do, but
Yeah, he lives on a street corner. So his front yard is basically the street corner.
Yep.
And there's this problem because the sidewalk ends.
And the road begins.
Where the sidewalk ends?
No, the sidewalk ends.
Yeah, you're thinking of
But the sidewalk ends and it goes in one direction.
George Strait, baby. George Strait.
There you go. But it does not continue around the corner where most people walk. And so what people do is they just cut across his yard.
Yeah.
They just decide to cut across his yard. And so we have this here, and this is, I got to change the thing here.
Oh, because it's not there?
No, yeah, because I pulled it up.
Oh, that's right, you did. You messed it up.
A short fence that people can actually step over, but electrify it.
That'd be hilarious. No, so he did this, and I'm just going to pop it up here on the show. And as you can see, this is going to be this is what happens beforehand. As you can see, here's the beforehand pictures. This old lady just walking through, people walking past. There's a kid running around. There's people biking. little motorbikes. And now this is after. Spray the kids and spray the people.
It has a motion sensor attached
motion activated water
to the
sprayer.
sprinkler. So
Yes.
anytime it hits a certain point, it just sprays the dog snot out of them.
Right.
Now, and don't get me wrong, that's a good way of doing it.
It also has an audible alarm. So the moment that the sprinkler goes off, it also yells at you.
Get off my lawn.
It's like, "Bop, bop, bop, bop."
Again, don't get me wrong, that's a good idea.
Right.
It's very passive aggressive. However, I'm a giant douche. And
Right in the face.
So good. I am very much that guy who would have an electrified fence up. I am that guy. And I
Oh yeah, no doubt, no
I'm
doubt.
straight up that guy.
I would too. I mean,
Electrified fence, or you get a really big dog.
But you make it short enough that they can step over it, so that some people are actually going to make it, but most people are going to trip just a little bit.
Well, you do it like that, or you have a dog hooked to a chain that just conveniently goes almost to the end, of
right
the
to the
line,
edge.
right to the line. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's kind of a Foghorn Leghorn, Warner Brothers cartoon kind of thing, but still,
Dog at the end of the
Now they trip over the fence trying to get away from the dog.
exactly.
because they're gonna hop over the fence. The dog goes.
It's a slightly venomous Kirk. His house on the corner of his street. His house. The places where they meet. His house.
Right.
His lawn is where they go. Oh, I love stuff like that.
His lawn carry their feet.
But see, seriously, that's why I live out in the middle of nowhere like I do.
Right.
Because I don't appreciate people coming over. Like even where I'm at now, there are people who will on occasion will bike on the road in front of the house. You know what I mean?
What?
Yeah.
In your area? Mm-hmm. Really?
It's actually a couple of older
Oh, okay. That kind of makes
people
sense.
trying to stay in health.
They live on.
They
the
live
road.
on the road, yeah,
Okay.
but they'll still cycle by, and
It's an old windy side road.
it's definitely a secondary road, but it's very windy, and I wouldn't ride a bike on there because I know I know how people drive there. Anyway,
I know how you drive there.
shut up. That's because I damn near I drove on that road when it was still like dirt.
Right.
Before they paved it. Anyway.
Those were the times.
Those were the times. Anyway, there are people that do that, and I don't even like that. I do.
No.
When I catch them, I'm sitting on the porch or on the front yard, I'm sitting there and I stare at them. I don't like
You're too close to my house.
You are too close to my house. If I can see you, you're too close to my house. I don't like having neighbors.
Right. Yeah, I know. I get it.
The only saving grace for that is the way the house is positioned. If I'm on the front porch, the house is blocking it so I can't see it. On the back porch, there's a shed that sits right in the middle, and it blocks that side of the house, so I can't see it.
Yeah.
Now, if they're outside or their kids are playing, then I'm like, oh, damn, they're there. Other than that, I don't see them. And so I kind of lull myself into this weird false sense of
Security. Yeah. It's not going to last long.
No.
I find this shocking that Dylan just doesn't like people.
It is
Right?
really weird.
crazy.
I am a very social person and will talk to anybody. But when I go home,
He does not want to see anyone.
I don't, which is, explains why I don't have friends.
Because you're at home a lot.
I don't. When I'm ready to go out, I'll go out. But by God, when
He's it's so bad.
how bad is it?
It's so bad. If he wants to go to the gym, he has to make sure that he already packed everything in his car, because the moment that he heads in the direction of his house,
Once I step foot through that door, I'm done.
no, yeah, he will not.
Seriously, the hardest thing for me to do is work all day. Of course, like now I get out a bit earlier, but even with the running around and stuff,
Yeah.
like I'll get out of work like today. I had to run to get the kids. By the time I got through the door, it was 4:30. Okay. And then, I met the girlfriend and her girls, we went to go eat Mexican, and so we went, and I met her about 6:30.
Right.
And then I had to rush when I got up to get here.
Yep.
For me, seriously, once I got through the door this afternoon at 4:30, I'm like, I don't want to go nowhere.
He barely wanted to come here.
That's what I'm saying. If I wasn't as committed to this, I would not have gone. I'd been locked in my house, and you wouldn't see. It's like tomorrow. I'm off tomorrow. Guess what I'm going to be doing?
Nothing.
Not a damn thing. I'm sitting at home. I mean, I'll be cleaning and getting everything ready for Sunday. But other than that, Dylan is not leaving his house because I've mentally prepped myself to be out, and I'm out. Once I come home, I shed all of that, and then I have to re-prep, and I don't like doing that. So there you go. Wasted 20
a life in the mind of Dylan.
Welcome to my life. That's why nobody's ever going to come over. That's all.
So, thing happened.
Oh, wait, hold on. Adam W. Johnson, I live on a quarter lot. Our mail carriers, every single one of them, pull around the corner and walk across the even lawn rather than climbing up our steep driveway, especially in the winter.
Oh yeah, they do it in our house too, because we have our mailboxes at our door, and so they have to come to into our house, and so they literally park at the end of their street, on the opposite side. They walk up and they go through everybody's yard.
Yeah, but that's that makes sense because you don't have mailboxes like this. He's talking about they park on the other side just so they don't have to walk up the driveway.
Right.
They cheat and tear everything up. He's like,
this is straight up, straight through the middle.
Of course, they're not going to damage all the weeds.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I have
the dandelion is good.
Yeah,
no,
if you've ever looked outside.
Yeah, he said if I owned rather than rent, I would actually pour them a sidewalk.
That'd be nice. That's very nice of you.
Yeah.
So nearly 200,000.
That's a lot.
Nearly 200,000 COVID-19 rapid antigen test kits have been recalled over concerns of false positive reporting.
Huh.
This from ABC News.
I wonder if that has anything to do with...
Why do they care about the false positive reporting now?
Australian-based test manufacturer, Ellume.
This is going to... Tuck that one away, Chris.
You want this story? I could pass it to you.
You might need to.
You forward that one to me. We'll talk. We'll discuss it.
Yeah. Australian-based manufacturer Ellume is recalling the at-home test kits out of concerns that over abnormally high rates of false positives. Ellume was the first FDA-authorized company to sell COVID-19 test kits to the public in stores. In clinical studies, Ellume tests were 96% accurate. According to the outlet, roughly 427,000 test kits have been impacted by the issue. Approximately,
they're only 96% accurate, so they're recalling them.
No. They were 96% accurate during their testing. Now they're recalling over 200,000 of these antigen kits because roughly 427,000 of them have been impacted by the false positive tests.
Wow.
So they're recalling 200,000.
If 427,000 of them are throwing out, issues or possibly at risk with the issues, then why are you only pulling 200,000? Is that what's left of
that's what's left of the batch. Yeah, so approximately 195,000 of those kits are still unused and subject to recall, and approximately 202,000 have already been issued or used. Of those, there have been about 42,000 positives, of which about a quarter were false.
Huh. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Seems like the testing's about as accurate as the vaccine. We might as well just go with it.
Right. Sadly, that, it makes sense.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Right.
Just so dumb.
Just putting it out there. And this is going to get all of your goats.
All of them?
All of them.
What if I only want one or two?
No, this is going to get your goat.
Oh, this is the one that's going to get me?
Yeah, this is going to get you.
Okay.
Does he have any goats left?
Yes. He has no dams, but he has a goat.
Yeah, and I've lost my F's going all the way back to
That was years ago.
2009.
But I sent you a picture, a
You did.
diagram on how to do.
You did.
grow
You
them.
did, and I appreciate that.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. The ground is barren. It does not produce.
Yeah, it's the land's fault. It's not even the process. The process is there.
It's literally they sewn concrete and rock into it, and it's salted. The land is salted, and when you salt the land, it destroys it.
It does. It's tragic. It
But
really
you
is.
Can't have any demons there anymore.
True, but you also can't have any Fs.
Yep. Where do you think the demons come from? All of the F's that aren't growing. Anyway.
That's right. The unused Fs.
All right, proceed to get the goat.
Yes. So
Don't.
this is an opinion piece from the New York Times.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Of course it's the
It's
New
an
York
essay,
Times.
part of, quote, Snap Out of It, America, which is a series of bold ideas to revitalize and renew the American experiment.
And by bold, do you mean stupid?
Yes.
Okay, good. Just so we're on the same page.
Uh-huh, yeah.
I just wanted to make sure we were clear.
Yeah, so this is about new American flags.
Okay, keep going.
Uh-huh.
Please keep going.
The American flag is a potent piece of national iconography,
Is it?
but its design shifted frequently until the early 1900s. What if it were redesigned today?
What if monkeys flew out of my butt?
We asked artists and graphic designers to try.
Oh, hell.
Try.
Now, just a question.
Try
Just-
the flag. They came up with a bunch of different options.
I got a question.
And we're
Real
going to
fast.
show you these.
Okay.
Yeah.
Real fast. I
Yeah.
got a question. Is these same artists
Yeah.
possibly the same dude who did the P crucifix?
Might be.
Oh, good.
Might be.
Because what could go wrong
So
there?
here's our first one. I'm going to go ahead. Boom.
What the actual hell?
Here's our first one for all those on the video. Now, if you're not on the video, it's a 4-quadrant flag. Okay.
Who the thought of this?
It's 5 colors in 4 quadrants. Okay.
Okay.
So no. Here you go. Hold on. So you get your top left. That's your white and red stripes. Then you have yellow in the top right. Bottom left is blue,
Is this the pride flag of Sweden?
and bottom right is green. No, actually, here you go. Here's the breakdown of what it is. So your stripes from left to right are fear, forgiveness, anger, joy, and pride, because it's 5 stripes.
Okay.
5 stripes. The color red is for our past. The color white is for our future. Blue is for that untapped potential. Yellow is for repairing systematic racism.
Of course it is.
And green is for taking care of our planet,
Taking care of business.
because we are planeteers. You can be one too.
Okay.
This is
no,
for-
no, stop.
I'm going to read.
Go
I'm
back.
going to read the thing about it.
Isn't that's the next one, isn't it?
No. This is for this one.
Okay, well then leave it there.
Okay.
Read that real fast.
Yeah.
I've got to.
So this flag is by a guy named Andrew Cuo.
Mo. Oh,
Andrew Cuo.
that was Cuomo. Go ahead.
No. Says, I've designed a flag that acknowledges the emotions that informed
There's your first mistake.
where our country has been and the spirit of where it may go, with joy and forgiveness as possibilities. We can't ignore how we got here, but maybe we can move toward a different, even better place.
Maybe.
So,
looking at this,
I want to move this guy to a different, better place.
So looking at this flag, have you ever played a video game?
Which one?
Any video game.
Which one?
Any of them.
Yeah.
And especially the newer ones will have a little warning at the beginning of it that say there are certain rare instances where people are subject to seizures by bright colors and things like that.
This is one of those things.
This makes me want to have a seizure.
It makes you want to have a seizure.
It does. It makes me want to have a seizure.
Well, if that's the case, then this next one is definitely going to give you one.
Oh, good.
Yes, it's very good. Here you go for people on the videos. Vidges.
It looks like a tablecloth.
It does.
It looks like a 4th of July tablecloth.
So bad.
So there's
it's red.
How
white,
many stripes is that?
It's
1,
red,
2,
white, and blue. Okay, you have
6, 7, 8, 9. Is that 9 or 10?
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
We can play.
Where the hell did you learn to
that.
count?
I did the 1, 2, 3.
No,
4.
I'm talking about red.
Red. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay,
8.
so there's 8.
Yeah.
8 red. So there's 8 horizontal red stripes.
And then it has the white stripes in between. 7 of those.
Yeah. And then
it has stars.
And then again 8 or 7 blue stripes vertical, I guess, because it's all like a checkered thing with white stars in each one.
There's a lot more than 50 stars.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's 16 across 16 vertical blue stripes.
Now, I'm not a math whiz, but
16 times 7
is not 50.
No. It's just a whole bunch of stars.
Again, it looks like a 4th of July tablecloth.
It really does, which is fine. This is from Natasha Jen, Michelle Ando, Veronica Hoagland.
Okay.
And it's the pentagram design. As graphic designers, our impulse is to work with graphics and see how small moves can make big changes. We decided to make to work with the existing elements, the stars and the stripes. This flag is intended to suggest interdependency and togetherness. The two elements are interwoven to create a fabric. Interweaving suggests that we depend on one another. And that as a whole, America is a fabric held together by equality.
America's a fabric, like the feel of cotton.
Right.
The
Fabric of our lives. Yes,
Okay.
it's America is the fruit of the loom.
Did you just say cotton?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got the next one for you.
That's racist.
I got the next one for you. Check this guy out.
Hold on. Is your
Nope.
hold on. Is your screen trying to load this?
Nope.
This is
the thing.
This is legit.
This is legit.
I feel like this is a really bad eye test.
Yeah, it's a really
and I'm
bad.
failing.
It is literally just the flag.
I want to see this one in an actual flag because this looks like it should be blurry. How are you going to make the flag blurry?
It is literally the flag. Okay. They just blurred it out.
So this is what farsightedness looks like, or nearsightedness looks like.
Yeah, when you're nearsighted and you try to see something away. Yeah.
Okay, so here's my question then. What is that going to look like at a distance?
Same.
Yeah, but I'm saying, are you still going to see the blue?
No, probably not. You're also not
It's
going to
just
really see
gonna
the
be
white.
this-
It's going to be a flag
a
of
blob?
white with blob corners.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah. This is by 2x4.
I totally know what 2x4.
Right. They're a design company. I don't know.
I celebrate their entire catalog.
It's very good.
Amazing.
Yes.
He's got underwear by 2x4.
I'm sure you do. Yeah. For nearly 250 years, the American flag has been made and remade, evolving and from a unifying emblem into a complex and contested vocabulary of symbols.
Stop. Nearly 250 years, the American flag has not been remade and remade, or made and remade, evolving.
Right. We already went back to it since the 1900s. It hasn't been touched.
It hasn't been touched. So shut up.
Since the 50th star.
Other than adding the 50th star, that's it.
It has
It's
not
all been the
touched.
same.
Yeah.
You jackass.
In this flag, the familiar symbolism falls out of focus, giving way to something ambiguous, vague, and difficult to define.
Because that's what you need when you're referring to a sovereign nation is
vague,
ambiguity and
vagueness.
And vagueness. Yeah, that's holy God.
That is all white. That is whitewashed.
That's racist.
This is the most racist flag ever.
Oh my God, it is
completely whitewashed. Has nothing to do with anything.
It looks like toilet paper.
Yep. It's literally just a giant white screen with white stars that have been
And that's it.
that have been embossed so that you can actually see the stars. So this is from Na Kim.
Well, which is it?
Exactly. It says, the colors of our flag are intended to stand for unity, valor, and justice. The gray monochrome flag represents America's surrendering to its fall from power and loss of its ideals as it stood. America's dream is being washed away.
No, but
Whitewashed.
But,
you racist.
God, this fucking hurts.
Oh, we got to keep going. We're almost out of time here.
I know.
Got to keep going.
No,
yes.
no.
Here's your epilepsy.
No.
Hi, buddy. There it is, right there. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
I mean, I will at least.
You gonna give it to them?
Give them the.
They got Black
They
Lives Matter.
cover every facet, all sides, left
All
and right. I
flags,
will give
everything
them
is
credit there.
Yep.
They're even, if you read it and you can see it, there's a Trump 2020.
Yep. There's a Trump
in there.
2020. There's
Make America
there's
Great in the
There's
background.
Black Lives Matter.
There's the Gadsden flag. There's the old American flag. There's the transgender flag, the gay flag.
All of it. Everything.
The Confederate flag, the one they say is racist.
All of them.
Uh-huh.
Everything is in there. It kind of looks like Maryland. I'm just
It does, actually. It does.
looks a lot like
Oh, there we
Maryland.
go.
So it has it's Hank William Thomas lift every voice and sing,
Okay.
which is the
The
black,
moniker, yeah.
the black national pride song. It has Black Lives Matter, Don't Tread on Me, In God We Trust, A Thin Blue Line, Under God Our Vindicator, Keep America Great, and Progress Pride.
It's ugly as sin, and there's no way in hell, but I at least give them credit for covering the entire gambit and being literally inclusive, allowing
Tried
all
to be.
voices.
They tried to do
I will
everything.
give them credit. It's ugly as sin, but
It is terrible.
sure, go for it.
And here we go.
That looks like a 1920s bathing suit pattern.
It didn't. I thought the same thing.
You know, the ones that are jumpsuits?
Yeah.
Shorts and tank top matching jumper.
I really thought the same thing. It's like shorts and a shirt and
With a straw hat.
and stripes all the way down.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Good. It's not just me.
Yeah. This American flag was once. The American flag was once a unifying symbol. It's red, white, and blue, belonging to everyone.
Everyone.
But now, red and blue are tribal signals.
What?
And the flag seems to represent two factions forced to share a piece of fabric. By running a single purple bar across the middle, this flag reminds us, all of us,
Of the touch.
of the constant,
The feel of cotton.
right, the constant
Somebody's
potential
touched.
and possibility inherent in America when red and blue come together as one.
How many more are there?
That's it.
Okay.
It's just six.
I have something
It's
I have
six
to say,
total.
and they're
That's-
god
Put the
awful.
first one back up again for just a second.
You want the epilepsy back?
Yeah, put that back up there real fast.
Very first.
While you're doing that, I want to throw this out there. What bothers me most about all of these,
Yeah.
is, with the exception, I think, of maybe one or two,
Right.
every single one of these, there is zero hope in any of it. Not one bit of it is an
all about
attempt, an
heartbreak
idea.
and failure.
It's like, we failed. It sucks. That's it. Not a, hey, this is what we're striving for. Yes, we've had crap. Yes, we're dealing with stupid made up crap now, but still crap and a hope, an attempt to become better. No. It's
Nay.
it's the Eeyore effect. This is what this is.
There's no pride in any of it.
That's what I'm
Right.
saying. There's nothing. And it's so
Also,
heartbreaking.
This first one makes me think.
Yeah.
This is a test of the emergency broadcast system.
Yeah.
Exactly.
By the way,
And this has been a real emergency.
this is only a test.
This is only a test.
Yeah. By the way, the young Frankenslug over there on the Twitters. When did the AI piss off the Romans? # salted earth. Shh. It was a long time ago.
In a galaxy far, far away. Oh, Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com. That is AmericanPrideRoasters.com for historically great coffee, guaranteed to make you swallow every single time you put it into your mouth.
Oh, yeah.
They're trying to recreate the flag, folks. Watch the carnage and the chaos ensue with a great cup of coffee. Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com. That is AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
And if you haven't had enough of the Mojo 50 Radio Network, you can check them out. Mojo50.com. That's Mojo50.com for all of your Mojo 50 radio hosts, gear, etc., etc., etc. You can also check it out on the iHeartRadio when you hit the Mojo 50 Radio button on the iHeartRadio app. For 24/7 free speech libertarian talk.
Yep. Go to our website, doaeshow.com. That is doaeshow.com. Check out the archives, the shop we got over there. Become a defender with us. All kinds of cool stuff. Check it out at doaeshow.com. You can also follow us, like, share, and subscribe on pretty much everything on the socials. All at DOAE Show. We're on TikToks and everywhere else. Go like
Check
it and
'em out.
follow and do all that stuff. Guys, have a great weekend. We'll see y'all Monday.
Bye.